lovely people of the internet. Christmas time is stressful time, that's why this is gonna be a super quick episode of Guitar Stuff, how to define a quarter note. Huh? Why do I need to define a quarter note? I don't get it. Hello, Cookie. Don't turn your... Oh! Sit here and be nice. Okay. Why should musicians be capable of dividing a quarter note into different sections and rhythms? Yes. Because it helps in certain situations. For example, you're in a rehearsal space and you want to communicate music and you have to deal with somebody that goes 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, while you are still... I learned, especially in my last few years in high school, in my musical classes, I learned that when it comes to writing down rhythms that you hear, right? Like, let's say you hear a great drum solo, and you're like, oh my god, I want to write that down for whatever reasons. I always thought, I'm hearing this long line of things, and then I go, okay, this is 2 fast ones, then there's a little bit of a longer one, and then there's 3 fast ones, and then 2 longer ones. This is not the way how you approach writing down rhythms, which is specifically important when you want to program drums, for example. You need to understand a certain amount of rhythm and notation to do that. So here's how we're going to start this. I don't know if you have seen the Conical episode, where I mainly talked about the taki-da-taki-da-taki-da-ta stuff. So the Western way of counting is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna stay in 4, 4 again because it's easy. When you double the amount of notes, you get 8th notes. If you double the amount of notes, you get 16th notes. 4 quarter notes, 8 8th notes, 16 16th notes, 256 256th notes. Nobody needs that. So if you count quarter notes, 4 quarter notes would be 1, 2, 3, 4. If you count 8th notes, the pulse would stay the same, but you would count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Don't forget the and after the 4. If you count 16th notes, you go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Let's go into the definition of what's a quarter note. You can chop up the quarter note in different ways. For example, these are some of the ways how you can define a quarter note. You can define one quarter note as one and, but also one and, but also one and, or one and, or one e, or one e. I know, but as soon as you can define this quarter note, you will get familiar with the sounds of these groups of notes that define a quarter note, which make you see where's the pulse in one bar. Let me give you one example and we're gonna clap this together. It's very easy and you got this. Okay, here we go. That's your example, okay? We're gonna do 2 bars with that. I'm gonna count you in on 4 and then we're gonna clap together. 1, 2, 3, go. Cookie. Not now. If you would like to count it, it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Not complicated whatsoever. Here's the second example, which includes 16th notes. So this one would be, do it with me, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. Easy, you think, right? Okay, the complicated stuff starts as soon as we humans have to deal with the division into 3 notes. I'm not talking triplets, but I talk of the following divisions, which is 2 16th notes and 1 8th, or 1 8th and 2 16th notes, or 16th, 8th, 16th note. The first division, 2 16th notes, 1 8th note. If you take 4 of these, which is visually very easy to define as 4 quarter notes, right? That would sound like the following. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The next division is 1 8th note and 2 16th notes in the end. That would sound like 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here's the tricky thing. If I don't count, if I don't communicate the numbers and the pulse, these sound exactly the same if you clap them in a row. Which one am I doing right now? Now I'm switching. It's the same. So the important thing whenever you do this, you have to find that pulse and keep that pulse. Let's go to another exercise, number 3. Clap with me. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2/16 notes in the front, 2/16 notes in the back. Easy. 2/16 notes around the 8th note. Man, gets a lot of TAs on this episode. Let's try this very slow. It's 1 2 3 4 1 No, don't ditch me. So now let's try the next example. Here we go. Yes. This one is including all these 3-note groups of how to divide like a quarter note. Yes. If you wonder why I'm looking down all the time, I wrote those down and I have to read it. So, okay, here we go. Next example, this one. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Complicated? Yes. Manageable? Now we come to the dotted. A dot behind a note lengthens it, adds half of the note itself to the note. If we have a dotted 8th and a 16th note, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. If we switch it around and we have the 16th note followed by the dotted 8th note, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like the one. And again, another time when you do them in a row and you lose the pulse, they sound exactly the same. Let's do this next one very slow and do it together. Here it is. One, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and. Got it? No? Maybe? Moving on. Next one. This one. As you can see, the dots are on the 2nd note in that grouping now, so it's 16th followed by 8th. Dotted. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Too hard? Let's do triplets. Triplets is easy, everybody knows it. The name says it. You divide the whole thing into a peace sign, so you've got 3 parts that equal 1 quarter note. 1 and stuff like that. And again, keep the pulse. All right, let's do this one. 3 and 4 and da 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 2 and 3 da 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 1 da da 2 and 3 4 da da. Is it getting too hard? Let's do triplet 16th notes. It's getting better and better. Last one, I promise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 da 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 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 da 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 2 and 3 and 4 and. And you know what's the German word for end? Ende. See you next week. And now, try the whole thing in one. Have fun. Bye. Don't forget the end after the 4.